Welcome to class today. My name is Randy. You guys know the drill. We're here to focus on mobility and flexibility so we can age strong and move free as we do. Today is going to be heavily mobility focused, full body. So grab a strap or some kind of long, taut object that you can work with today. Go ahead and pause me while you do that. If you're ready and you've got your strap, let's move to the front of the mat. You're going to have your hands a little bit wider than shoulders distance apart, tugging on your strap, tugging it nice and taut, starting at the hips, and then you're going to lift it over your head and bring it back towards your hips to your deepest depth. And you can widen your hands if you need to. Make that so it works for you. Maybe after a few times, you see if you can work your hands a little bit closer together. Flossing into our shoulder joint, warming up our synovial fluid. Next time you come towards the front, let your right hand lead the way across your body. And then, so it's going to be straight towards the side of your body and then roll it back. And then you're letting that right hand still lead the way over towards the left and then bring it forward. So I'm going to face this way. So if you didn't see that, you can see it a little easier this time. So right hand. So you're making this like circle motion, nice and slow. Honoring your own depth in this, and then you're going to go the opposite way. Okay. And then we'll do another to the left since we did two to the right. Good. Okay, go ahead and put your strap aside. Left knee comes in towards the chest, grounding down into your right foot, and get that knee as high as you can towards your chest without making your body do all kinds of weird things, okay? We want our body to stay neutral. We want a nice long lengthened tailbone while we're pulling the knee in towards the chest. And then work it out towards the side, again, keeping the neutrality in your pelvis. And then take it to the depth that you can as you're working your way back. So your knee is sort of in line with your other knee, but also kicking back. So you're trying to extend that hip, but only as much as you can with a neutral pelvis. And then bring the knee back in towards the chest. Track it out towards the side. So we're essentially making a circle as much as we can with keeping in our alignment, okay? And then next time I want you to go the opposite way. So kick the knee back first, then track it out towards the side and up. And then we're bringing it in towards our chest. One more time here on the left, kick it back, around, and up. Set it next towards the right. It doesn't feel like it should be that hard, but it can give you some feels. Bring the right knee in towards the chest, out towards the right, back. Nice intentional movements. And then bring it back in. Take it out towards the side. Back. And in. All right, opposite way. Bring it back to the side. In. And you can keep your left hand on your sacrum there to make sure it's not moving in all kinds of weird wonky ways. Kick the leg back to the side and up, in towards the chest, and down. Shake it out. Shake your hands out. Good. Come on to your tiptoes. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Sink your hips down. We're still on our tiptoes here. We're moving through a tiptoe chair. Hips go towards your heels, and then drop your knees towards the top of the mat. Lift on up. Cactus the arms, shoulder blades together, and down on the back. Open up that chest. Hands come back towards your sides. Sink your hips towards your heels. Lift back up. Sink your heels to the floor. Malasana. Oh yeah. Reaching the hands forward. Forward fold. Ragdoll up. Sweep the arms up as you inhale. Come onto the toes. Pass through chair. On the balls of your feet. Hips come to your heels. Slowly as you can, reach your knees towards the top of the mat. Let them touch. And then come on up. Cactus the arms, shoulder blades together, and down on the back as you puff up your chest. Hands sweep down towards the hips. Hips come towards your heels, Malasana. Reach the arms forward. Yeah. Forward fold. Ragdoll up. One more time in that little sequence. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. Come on to the toes. Pass through chair on the balls of your feet. Core in. Active. Knees reach towards the top of the mat. Lift up. Cactus the arm. Shoulder blades together. And down on the back. Oh, yeah. Hands come towards your hips. Hips to heels, Malasana, forward fold, ragdoll up. Good. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. Hinge at the hips, forward fold. Hands to the floor, jump step, hop your feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga all the way down to your belly. Tent your fingertips to the outside of your shoulders. Come onto the tops of your feet. Inhale. Exhale, push into the fingertips. Pull the chest up. Head's the last thing to rise. Shoulder blades in and together down on the back. And then release back to the floor. Come on up again. Release back down. Come on up. Release back down. Hands come to the outside of your chest. Flip your toes. Everything gets nice and active here. Push up into plank and down dog. Come on to the balls of the feet. Wave your spine forward into plank. Bend at the knees, bend at the arms, send your hips back up and into dog. Pop up onto the balls of your feet. We've got these spinal waves, 2 more. Bend the knees, hips tilt up, vertebrae by vertebrae, push back into dog. Come back onto the balls of your feet, wave forward. Bend knees, send the tailbone up. Stay on the balls of your feet, bend your knees, jump step, hop your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the floor, jump step, hop your feet to the back of the mat, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Come on to the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, jump, step, hop your feet to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Forward fold. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Hands to chest, exhale. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the floor. Jump, step, hop your feet to the back of the mat, chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. Sweep the right leg up. Open the right hip. Come on into side plank on the left. Right knee pointing towards the sky. Right arm reaching up over your head. Slowly bring those toes back behind the left leg and then just tap them to the floor. And then bring them on back in. Right toes to the top of the mat. Sweep the right arm up. Right forearm to floor. Open up. Right forearm to floor. Open up. Right forearm to floor. Open up. Right hand to floor. Left knee down. Straighten the front leg. And then keep coming back. You can pop up onto the fingertips and lift the right foot up as you're on the left toes. See if you can balance here. Maybe your foot's on the floor, the heel of the right foot's on the floor. Maybe you're tapping, coming in out of balance. It's all good. Right foot comes back down. Come on back up. Lift up into crescent. Open up, warrior two. Open up those hips. Adjust your feet as needed so you're in heel to arch alignment. Lengthen the tailbone down. Spread your eagle wings nice and long and wide. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Come on back up. Straighten both legs, heels and toes out, goddess pose. Hands come to the knees. Dip the right arm in, and then the left. Right shoulder in, and then the left. Good. Straighten the legs. Parallel the feet, hinge at the hips, forward fold. And breathe. Hands to the hips, lift back up. Right toes point towards the top of the mat, reach the right arm forward, triangle pose. Right foot comes to the inside of the right leg. Reach the left arm up. Maybe gaze at those left fingertips. Right hip comes back into the midline. Good. Bend into the front right leg. Right hand reaches in front of you. Lift on up into your half moon. Hips are opening up towards the side of the mat. And then let your hips roll and your chest face down so you're in warrior three. Rotate open. Maybe you need a block under your right hand to help with some stability. And then rotate down. Half moon. Warrior three. Hands come to the floor. Left toes reach back. Knee down. Straighten the front leg. And then come on back. Heels to the outside of the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold over the right leg. Good. Lift up out of that. Hands come to the front of the mat. Bend into the left leg. Right leg meets left. Down dog. Sweep the left leg up towards the sky. Inhale. Open up. Side plank. Left knee pointing towards the sky. Right shoulder blade pulling onto the back body. Slowly tap those left toes to the mat, to the floor. And then bring it up and in. Left toes to the top of the mat. Forearm to floor and open up. Oh yeah, I got a nice crack there. Forearm to floor, open up. Forearm to floor, open up. Hand to floor, right knee comes down, straighten the left leg as you push your hips back. Come onto the right toe and see if you can lift that left heel off the floor. Hey. Okay. We never know where this pose is going to meet us. Some days there's balance, some days there's not. That's okay. All right, bend back into the front leg. Adjust as needed. Lift the back leg off the floor. Open up. Crescent and then warrior two. Adjust your feet as needed. Lengthen the tailbone down. Spread your eagle wings nice and long and wide. Maybe we need to tug back on those right fingertips a little bit if we find ourselves reaching forward. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Lift out of it. Come through center, heels and toes out, sink the hips down. Goddess pose, hands on the knees. Right shoulder comes to center. Left shoulder. Right shoulder. Left shoulder. Lift out of it, parallel the feet, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Release the head here, just hang heavy. Hands come to the hips. Come on out of this. Left toes point towards the front of the mat. Left arm reaches forward, coming into triangle pose, hinging at the hips. Left hand comes to the mat, to the shin. Right arm reaches up overhead. Left hip comes in towards midline. Okay. Bend the left leg. Coming into half moon. Left arm reaches forward. Lift up into it. Open up to the side of the mat. Maybe you need a block under that left hand. Rotate the hips down to warrior three. Half moon, open back up. Warrior three. Half moon, open back up. One more time, warrior three. Work the right toes to the back of the mat. Knee comes to the floor. Straighten the front leg as you bring your hips all the way back. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Oh yeah. Bend into the left leg. Use your hands to help you come back up. Left foot meets right. chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Here we are in dog. Sink your elbows towards the floor. Lift them back up. Sink your elbows towards the floor. Lift them back up. Sink your elbows towards the floor. Lift them back up. Ground down to the heels of the hands. Work your heels towards the floor. Lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Wrap your triceps back. Sweep the right leg up. Open up into your side plank. Knee points towards the sky. Tap the toes behind the left leg. Bring them back up to the front of the mat. Reach the right arm up. Elbow to floor. Open up. Elbow to floor. Open up. Elbow to floor. Left knee comes down. Stretch the right leg long. Toe stand on the left foot. Here we are. Okay. This is going to be a little bit different this time. Bring the right hand or right heel to the floor. Bring the knee back down. Lift up into your warrior three. Good. Left toes tap the back of the right heel and then back up. 1. We've got 3 of these. 2. We've got 1 more. 3. Good. Bring the right foot back down towards the mat. Open back up into your warrior 3 or warrior 2. Apologize. Bend deeply into the front leg. Skandasana at the back of the mat. Hips down to the floor. Bring the left knee in. Open it back up. Left knee comes in. Open it back up. Left knee comes in. Open it back up. Good. Left knee comes in. Open it back up. Roll back onto the left foot. Ground down into it. Goddess pose. This time, go ahead and keep your arms lifted off of your knees. Sink your hips down. Lift on up. Parallel the feet. Hinge at the hips and forward fold. Maybe we take a few bobs here. Nice long spine. Hands to the hips. Lift back out of this. Point the toes towards the top of the mat. Right arm reaches forward. Yeah. Triangle pose. Bend into the right leg. Reach the right arm forward. Half moon. Close the hips down. Open them up. 1. Close them down. Open them up. 2. Working on both our balance and our mobility here. Close them down and open them back up. 3. Close them back down. Hands come to the floor. Reach the left toes up, 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 up. Hands come flat. Maybe you play with handstand here, or you can feel free to stay in your standing splits. And then whenever you're ready, toes come to the back of the mat. Chaturanga. Up dog. Oh yeah. and down dog. Ground down through the heels of the hands. Sweep the left leg up. Open up into side plank on the right. Tap your toes to the floor. Pull the knee back into the chest and foot to the top of the mat. Open up. Elbow to floor. Open up. Elbow to floor. Open up. Elbow to floor. Right knee down, straighten the front leg. Toe stand on the right. Lift your heel. Maybe you're doing it in little taps. Maybe you can hover it for a while. Either way, we're here. Together. Heel comes to the floor. Knee comes down. Lift the leg up into warrior three. Right toes to the back of the left ankle and then kick it back up. 1, 2, 3. Reach the right toes back. Open up, warrior two. Adjust your feet as needed. Lengthen the tailbone down. Bend deeper into the front leg. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Sink your hips all the way down. Knee comes in. 1. Open it back up. Knee comes in. 2. Open it back up. Knee comes in. 3. Open it back up. We've got one more. 4. Open it back up. Roll back onto your right leg. Lift out of it. Come through center. Heels in, toes out. Goddess pose. Keep your hands off the knees. Lengthen the tailbone down. And just be here for a moment. We've been doing a lot of movement, so let's just stay still. Sometimes it can be hard to find stillness. Let's be here. Straighten the legs, parallel the feet, forward fold. Let everything hang heavy. Hands to the hips, come on back up. Triangle pose, point the left toes forward. Left arm reaches up. Left hip comes towards center, midline. Bend into the front leg. Coming into half moon. Lift into it. Reach the left hand down. Open the hips up towards the side of the mat and then roll them down to warrior three. And then half moon. Warrior three. Half moon. Warrior three. One more time, half moon. Warrior three. Hands come to the floor. Maybe you want to reach your right toes up and play with standing splits. Or if you'd like to play with handstand, come up onto the balls of the foot. Ball of the foot. Reach it up. Everybody's gonna meet in dog. When you're ready, let's meet there. Let your knees come down to the floor. Pivot onto your booty. I want you to face towards the long side of your mat. Right shin comes parallel with the top of the mat. Right or left thigh parallel with the shin. Here we are. 90-90s. Go ahead and knees to the left. Nice and slowly. So right knee leads. And you wait until the left knee comes up. Wait as long as you can. Same on the next side. So let the left leg lead. And let the right leg come when ready. All right, one more. Let the right leg lead. Left leg follows. All right, we're back to center. Let your knees come in a little bit closer than we were there. And we're gonna just do some shin boxes, all right? So adjust your feet so that they're not like this. They're not exactly 90-90. They're in a little bit closer, okay? Inhale. Exhale, come on up and let your hips come forward and then sink your hips back down. Come to the left, let your hips come up and forward and then come on back down. To the right, come on up and back down. To the left, come on up and then back down. To the right, come on up and then back down. One more time to the left. To the left, come on up and then back down. Great job. Feet reach towards the front of the mat. Nice long spine, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, oh yeah. Nice long spine. And forward fold deeper on your exhales. On your inhales, you're focusing on a nice long spine. Exhale, see if you can get a little deeper. Stop at the depth that works for you, that feels good and juicy. We want to feel sensation, but not pain. Good. Roll on to your back body. Knees into chest. And then we're just going to create little circles. Hold on to your knees and circle each one in opposite directions. And then the other way. Good, let your feet come to the floor. Knees fall to the right. Pick up the knife edge of your right foot and put it on the outside of the left thigh. Yeah. And that feels good. Release that. Let your knees come through center and then bring them to the left. Pick up the knife edge of your left foot and put it on the outside of the right thigh. Release. Come back through neutral. Let your knees knock together. Hands on your belly. Eyes closed down. Let everything soften. Let the effort dissipate. I'm going to leave you here, and you stay here as long as you need to, as long as you would like to, before you move back into your day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know you guys have a zillion different places that you could be spending your time, so I appreciate that you choose to spend a bit of your day here with me, working on your mobility and flexibility. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.